is played by Sylvester Stallone. Remarkably, the director, presumably chosen by Stallone himself, was Danny Cannon, who is British and only 26, and whose one previous film, Young Americans, was made for about tuppence halfpenny. Quite a culture shock for him then, to be messing about with mega millions. However, the film was made at Shepperton Studios, and that's where we turned up.
876, take one.
Action!
I think Judge Dredd provides an insight into a new kind of figure of authority for the 90s, for lack of a better term, hero. He is basically the product of a civilization gone wild, gone mad. And democracy has collapsed, the Constitution has fallen by the wayside, there's total anarchy, and now there are the judges. And the judges have replaced the legal system. They are a walking institution.
Judge Dredd was a comic strip that I had grown up with from a very early age, and images with it and storylines and characters within that had inspired me and remained with me, and it felt very adult. I mean, it was quite violent, it was quite political, and it was quite serious. Maybe we lack a hero that we can believe in. I mean, that was what appealed to me about Judge Dredd as a comic book hero. He didn't have any superpowers, he didn't fly, he didn't have a piece of lightning on his, costume or anything like that. This guy was basically working for working for the state, working for the government as a cop.
That's what makes this particular character, Judge Dredd, far and apart, I think, much more insightful than normal comic book heroes. It's not just about violence, it's about a certain kind of philosophy that almost borders on fascism.
No, I think Stallone was the only one who did more research than I did, I think. He embraced the character of Judge Dredd. He understood that, that icon status. I mean, he does bring a power, undeniably, to the set.
Signal flare! Court adjourned.
When you work on such a large scale, it takes a great deal of energy and focus and the time involved and the uniforms and the actual, it's like being in a heavyweight championship fight that goes on for 1,000 rounds instead of 15 or 12. The scale of this movie is so immense and so exciting because we feel as if we're merely a cog in the wheel. How do you compete with the enormity of it?
The film's been a massive undertaking and but a very exciting and challenging one because we've been trying to achieve something that hasn't been seen before in terms of opening the film out on an epic scale and making this a very believable city that stretches for miles. We're building everything, all the vehicles, the guns, all the props. You can't go to prop houses to rent futuristic things. And we've sort of pumped up the scale on everything. So, all the guns are, they're monsters. And, likewise with everything, the architectural detailing, everything has been slightly, increased in its bulk. But, when you're looking at any, wall surfaces or, details, you actually, you absolutely believe that you're looking at 150 years into the future.
This is our ABC robot. He's one of the characters in the movie. He starts out as a baddie. Rico is our main villain. Comes across him in a gun shop and powers him up and makes him his personal bodyguard. We're very proud of him. He's a friend, and I'd like to have seen more of him in the movie, but you never know what may happen. You never know if he actually has died or not.
The technicians here are absolutely brilliant, and I'm not just saying that because I'm here. I have never seen such craftsmanship on a film. I cannot find a false move. I look at the makeup of the creatures and the mere texturing of the walls. Matter of fact, I went over and introduced myself to the scenic painters and said, "You're brilliant, you're artists. I mean, in your own, they're like Picassos of what they do. In their world, they're absolutely genius."
love the idea of Stallone introducing himself to the painters. What? Sylvester who? Well, now then, in order to